Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 3rd of October 2020. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Druidcraft Tarot deck for today's reading. I was just going through my cards to see which deck I would use for today, and this was at the bottom of a pile. I love this deck, so I haven't used it in ages. It's very kind of Western pagan, druidry, Camelot, British Isles kind of vibe. So I absolutely love these cards. Let's see what they have to say about the day and what energy you'll be working with on Saturday the 3rd of October. Let's see. Okay, let's shuffle the cards. Okay, there we go. First card, we have the Two of Cups. This is always nice to see. Then we've got the Six of Swords. Wow, we had that yesterday. Journey. You're on a journey. You're on a mission at the moment. And then finally, we shuffle them one more time. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, wow. It's not a time to harvest. It's a time to journey and seek and seek the new. Okay. The Two of Cups. This is like the mini version of the Lovers. The Lovers is the 6th card of the major arcana, and it represents the opportunity that most people have in life to meet someone or something or some place, usually a person though, that they fall in love with, and that person loves them back, and they experience true love, and they heal each other, and they can really experience intimacy and a feeling of unity with another person. So it's a miracle. It's something that's really beyond anything we could imagine, and it's just something that descends and is not within your control. The Two of Cups is the minor arcana version, so this is something that's temporary, that happens in your life. So all of the people who are in your life are there for a particular reason, whether they're tyrants or teachers or angels. These two come together. She's very intuitive and passionate. It doesn't mean the female is intuitive and passionate and the male is grounded and connected with nature. It can also be the other way around. It just signifies that the two bring very different talents to the relationship. I've got this big rock here, so it is something that lasts for a while and that really grounds both of them. They feel safe with one another. They exchange these cups here, so they are really, really in love. And the Two of Cups is a relationship that's meant to be in your life, and it heals you through the experience of love. It doesn't matter whether the relationship works out or not. The point is, it's got a shelf life, okay? It's got a certain life cycle, this relationship, and it comes into your life to give you hope and to heal you and to remind you that unity and connection and real love is something that exists, and that is the most important energy in the world, in the universe. And you have access to it anytime, whether you're in a relationship or not. You have love for the universe, the world, yourself, your body, its ability to heal and bounce back, everything you've been given in life, your beauty, the air that you breathe, clothes on your back. It's really a wonderful card that says you start the day really feeling grateful, and you see what's going on in your life, and you see the best in everything. And that then gives the potential for healing in any area of your life. Six of Swords is a journey. We've got these two very swish looking couple here. She looks amazing and he looks very fancy. Then we've got this ghoul here kind of pushing them along. Poor older guy shrouded in the shadows, alone, pushing the boat. And they look like royalty with the brooches and all the fancy decoration. So the royal couple is being chauffeured across the lake, away from Avalon, back into the real world. They're equipped with swords, and here it seems like a religious kind of war. Swords represent ideas and thoughts, communication, ideologies, beliefs, anything that is unmanifest, so it exists in your mind. You're able to share it with another person, so through speech, through writing. And here they weaponize these thoughts. So let's say it's like the Mists of Avalon, that book. And these two, they go to Avalon, they talk to the Lady of the Lake. She's like, yes, paganism is amazing, great. They go for it and they say, we're going to spread your message back in the Christian world. They cross the lake, go to the local Church of England and say, your religion is a bunch of rubbish. It's actually paganism where it's at, okay? So that's taking an idea and turning it into a sword, because you're confronting people with an idea and you're saying, this is the truth, and what you believe isn't. So you're immediately creating division. And it's interesting that these two, they're a couple. So they represent a unified front. And these two are a couple as well. But they create such a horrible sense of division in other people. So they found themselves and they believe the same thing. And that gives them the right, or so they think, to go and tell other people what they should be thinking. They don't have the right to do that. I mean, the time of missionaries is kind of over. The other thing about the Six of Swords, so what that means is if you fall in love with an idea, or yourself, or another person, and you think it's the two of us against the world, Bonnie and Clyde, you're almost guaranteed to be wrong. Because there is a bigger picture out there. It's unity that leads to division, so it's almost too much of a good thing. And if you're in a situation where you're just accepting everything without questioning it, and you're moving along with it because someone else is pushing you, or the job that you work for, they're saying, oh, this is great, you should be doing more hours, we'll just schedule that in for you and we'll arrange the pay later, the check is in the post kind of thing, then that's not going to lead to a happy place. And these two, it's so interesting that they strike me as so divided. They look like a pretty couple. But they really represent a wolf in sheep's clothing, yeah. Because they seem to be very positive and loving, but what they're really doing is bringing a lot of conflict. So if something seems to be pushing you in a direction without you having much choice or much input or say, you really need to think for yourself and say, hey, is this actually healing me? Is this bringing something into my life, or am I being railroaded into something I don't even want to do? Because that's the sense I'm getting, that we've got an influence that may persuade you to go in a direction you really don't want to go in. So be very careful with that, especially if it seems so positive, and if he or she is using a soft little voice to persuade you, oh, it's for the people, you're gonna love it, you don't need to be paid, just work, that kind of thing. Be very, very on your guard that you're not being led in some direction that you don't want to go in. They just seem too good to be true. I mean, he's embezzling, and I don't know about her, but he just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. So I'm getting a bad vibe from something that seems amazing and beyond question. Anything that's in your life like that, make sure to question it effectively and to really look at it properly and say, does this make sense, or am I being used here? And really use all of your critical and analytical skills to make sense of the situation you're in, and don't willingly trust other people to have your best interest at heart, okay? Don't let yourself be, take it for a ride. Finally, the Seven of Pentacles harvest. We've got this druid cutting down the mistletoe. So if the card was this way around, it would be something you love leads to an amazing reward. So let other people inform you. Let other people guide you to a big win at the end of the journey, to a big payoff, an amazing success. It's in reverse. So if you let yourself be taken up the garden path, you're not going to get what's yours. Someone's going to try and hustle you, the place, the thing, or the person that seems to promise everything you ever wanted is very, very unlikely to deliver everything you ever wanted. If anything, if someone is saying, oh, switch electric contracts because you'll pay half the bill, you're only locked into 36 months or whatever it is. Really look at that very, very carefully, because something that seems to benefit you today is very likely to get you in a position where you're worse off than you were to begin with. Okay, so what else? There's the potential for you to move ahead with something you love, but only if you're in control of it. And don't take that to the extreme in the sense that you're the perpetrator. So let's say you're on top of everything and you meet someone who you think can, I don't know, let's say there's something that isn't quite right with another person, but you have been in this situation before and you think you can manipulate the other person into doing what it is you want. Then you're taking that too far and you're influencing someone and forcing them to do things they don't really want to do. And you're kind of weaponizing these ideas and being overly pushy. So be very careful in what you let yourself get talked into, but also be aware of the pressure you're exerting onto other people, and only do what you feel is good and healing and positive for yourself and for other people. It's really important that you build in this real checking yourself and your intentions and what you're doing with other people, because it's not going to pay off. It may all, like for instance, let's say you meet someone and you want to get something out of them. Let's say you want him to pay for your lunch. You want him to take you for lunch. You're like, oh, I'm so hungry, take me for lunch. Takes you for lunch, and he didn't really want to, and it's more expensive than he was planning to pay, and you kind of pushed him into taking you to this particular restaurant because you really wanted to. You may get your lunch on the day, but you will ruin the relationship because you'll go too far in pushing him to do something he doesn't want. So the reward, so going for lunch to get it to know each other better, to possibly turn it into a friendship or a relationship, is really not going to pay off if that's the prize, because you being pushy doesn't end well, and you being duped into situations you don't want to be in also doesn't end well. So you need to take control of your life. Ask yourself what it is you enjoy, what's pure in intentions, how you can progress with that, and how you can resolve an ongoing situation which is problematic and progress with that by resolving it. So look at things that are already in your life that you can perfect. 2 and 6 is 8, and 7 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 is a temporary opportunity. So you have the temporary opportunity to heal something in your life. Yeah. And I think it's a really good day if you do manage to resolve something that is problematic in your life. But that's the ideal. I think it's a really, really good day if you're very clear on what's going on in your life. You stand up for yourself, you don't let yourself get pushed around, and you don't push anyone else around. That's a great success because you really learn about your own boundaries and how strong you are. Have an amazing day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. Click on book your reading on the front page to order your appointment with me. I can answer any questions you may have by looking at your astrology chart, your tarot, and your numbers. In the astrology, I use your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth to draw up your natal chart. Once I have that in front of me, I can look at your life purpose, your vocational aptitudes, the best places for you to live, what's destined for you in money and love and health and romance, and what you can do to manifest circumstances you want in your life and how you can change your destiny. If you're interested in that, or if you're at a crossroads, you need to make some decisions, get in touch with me for a personal reading. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.